No. Well, I'm starting with the no now. Leave everyone in suspense. But welcome to Weabop, everybody. I'm Gaffy. We got C2 and Rid in the house. Man, I had to say it like that, didn't I?
We're in the house.
In the house.
Not under the house.
The houses.
Not on top of the house. We're in the house.
Wherever the house is, we're there. Okay, so because it's so easy for us to go off topic and tangent and everything, we had originally done one podcast that will be lost to the sands of time. Maybe I'll put it up as the lost episode or whatever. But we found out that having more than one topic was actually bad. We only had two, and man, did we not even get to cover them. So instead,
my
Is this for the audience, or are you talking to us?
I'm talking to you and the audience, the supposed audience that we're gonna have.
My Ultra Instinct comment / joke is going to be lost to time.
You know what? I'm gonna find that one joke and I'm gonna make a video with just like a picture of Goku and that joke being made. Will that make you happy?
No.
Yay.
Christian, I wasn't talking to you.
Yeah, well, I thought you were addressing us and the audience.
No, I was talking to Rid about his Ultra Beast
I
joke.
don't know what to believe. Ultra Beast, that's Pokemon.
Yeah, Goku's a
Even
Pokemon.
video games? I feel like you don't video games.
I don't Pokemans. Okay, so
Goku's not a Pokemon.
the topic that we're going to be talking about is the big leak that happened recently. That everyone has either freaked out about or doesn't believe. The guy originally hinted at the TMNT leak, so there may be some validity in it. Either way, I think it's something fun to talk about, and it gets us discussing some of these games and stuff. Excuse me. Me and Red here are more active in gaming, whereas more of the outsider looking in.
Season 1, episode 1. You dropped my real life name.
Oh, don't worry. I'll go and I'll bleep it.
You're gonna bleep
It's
it.
C2.
I'm gonna bleep it.
Mook.
C2. Yeah, I'm just gonna bleep everyone's real name. C2. Okay, so the first leak on the list, besides the TMNT thing, which we're not going to talk. Well, do you guys want to talk about that? Do you have any interest? Do you have anything you want to mention about it, real quick?
What, the Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, about the Ninja Turtles. Do you have any comments about it?
Other than the fact that it was out of nowhere and I
Yeah.
didn't see it coming.
Yeah, of all the everyone was just expecting Spawn, and I think everyone would have been happy with Spawn.
Well, here's the thing about Spawn. I feel like he's better suited for a more violent NetherRealm game, like say MK11.
I agree. I definitely agree.
So he would fit more like playing with those gore lovers.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see him do fatalities and stuff. I can definitely agree with that.
I like him for more of a game like Soul Calibur.
I actually played him in Soul Calibur too, because me and my friends played on the Xbox, and I was so hard for Spawn when I was a kid. So like,
he's just guy with axe.
yep. Well, he has the most badass grab. His grab from behind, it's called 8 Layers of Hell, and it is so fucking rad, and it does so much damage. But yeah, besides that, he was just guy with axe. He could lose his mask though. That was kind of cool. Wait, no, that was just his alternate costume. Never mind. That's shitty.
Yeah, what did he look like without the mask?
Like a burn victim.
Black burn victim.
Oh, well, I'm not an avid.
You couldn't
Spawn
even tell
fan,
he was
so I
black. He was such a burn victim that his skin had just peeled off like a fucking hot potato.
Well, it's important to mention that he is a main character of color from Detroit.
That is true, but we were talking about what he looked like. You couldn't tell.
Like a black guy, like a black burn victim.
I just think he looks like meat.
I think.
So there was like 50% hoping for Spawn, and there was like another 50% hoping for Rorschach.
A lot of people really wanted Buffy, because she was in the that fan poll that Ed Boon posted.
Oh, that's right, she was.
Yeah, so a lot of people thought Buffy was going to be in there. And in all
Vampire
honesty,
Slayer?
Yeah.
I would have thought that I think that would have been an interesting pick. It would have been really left field. Like that would have been weirder than Leatherface. You know, like in Mortal Kombat when they did the Leatherface for the horror update or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. Like that was really out there. But yeah, Buffy would not have fit at all. But I have faith NetherRealm would have still done a good job with her.
Kenny from Yo Video Games wanted Neo from Matrix.
That would have been pretty cool. It would have been ridiculous, but it would have been
kind
pretty
of
cool.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Warner Brothers owns it, so they could have.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just get right into
They
the
never
leak
stop
list.
to ask if they should.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Okay,
real.
so
But what I was getting at was for the people that were wanting Spawn, yeah, that he's better left for like MK11 or like a more violent game.
yeah.
And as far as Rorschach is concerned, I'm just gonna say it up front. He would probably play basic and boring as hell if he made it into the game.
In all honesty,
Rorschach-
if they
Rorschach's arc doesn't come from being a fighter. I mean, violence, sure,
yeah,
but
he's not known for being a skilled martial artist.
he's
Yeah.
great with dogs, though.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right in the leak list. One of the first big ones that I think this might bring me back to the game. The first one's for Street Fighter V. So it's the drop of Season 3 characters. And the Season 3 characters supposedly are Sagat, Sakura, Cody, Sodom, and 2 newcomers. Now, out of all the complaints I've heard from players, I think that those 4 are super solid. I've had so many people tell me no Sagat, no buy, which I think is ridiculous. But he's now in, or supposedly, allegedly. And then the
Man with high-low Hadokens.
My brother is like no Sakura, no buy, so
yeah, so well now she's in. So, oh, and then the other 2 characters are supposedly a character from Final Fight named Roxy, and a Shadowloo doll.
wait, back up. Roxy? Like not Poison Roxy?
Oh, is that
Roxy-
who Roxy is?
Roxy is essentially Poison, yeah.
Yeah, but I want to say with red hair.
Yeah, red hair.
Okay. See, then if
You know
that's
how
the
beat 'em
case,
ups are.
They might do what they did with Abigail, because Abigail was just a reskin of Andre
Yeah.
or Hugo.
what I would like to see them do is make this Roxy character play like Ken to Poison's Ryu.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fun. Poison was an interesting character in Street Fighter 4.
She was a really strong dumb character in Street Fighter.
I thought she was interesting. I didn't really play her that much. I didn't really play her that much, but I think she's a fun character.
Like I said,
To
they'll
my knowledge, she
probably
wasn't never. Sorry, go ahead.
like I said, they'll probably do what they did with Abigail, is like make him like this they made Abigail this lumbering dude that ran after you and grabbed you like Hugo, but made him a little bit different. They'll probably just do the same thing with Roxy like they did with Poison, if these leaks are legit.
Yeah. My big thing is the one that I saw and I was just like, huh. Because Sagat and Sakura makes sense. Cody definitely makes sense, especially if you think about how esports they're trying to make Street Fighter V and how important Cody was in Alpha and to a lesser extent 4. He got a lot of play. But Sodom is just such a weird pick for me.
This isn't the first time I've heard Sodom.
He's an Alpha character.
I mean,
is-
I'm well acquainted.
Yeah. C2
What I
plays
had
him.
asked was, is he? I thought he was an old favorite of yours.
He's the weeaboo dude with the trucker weeaboo.
That's
Right.
that's what he is. Yeah, he's a trucker weeb.
Again, I know who he is.
No, I was talking to Adam for that one.
Adam knows who he is.
Well, I know who he is.
Okay. I thought you said you didn't. Yeah,
No, I know who he is.
Okay.
I've seen it. There's that goofy random scene in the Street Fighter Alpha anime movie where he's just like, "Want to play chicken?" and tries to run over a plane with that fucking truck.
But yeah, I mean, I like Sodom.
I forgot he's a trucker though.
Yeah. His stage with the fucking. I love how they had that awesome stage for Sodom in Street Fighter 4, and everyone was like, "So we're getting Sodom, right?" And they were just like, "Nah."
Well, he was in Street Fighter Cross Tekken first. I believe.
In the
It wasn't
background.
Or until.
Oh yeah, that stage. No, yeah, you're right. That
Street
stage
Fighting.
was in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Yeah, but well, still, he wasn't. He
Remember that
wasn't
shit
in
show
Street
of
Fighter
a
Cross
video
Tekken,
game?
huh?
Remember that shit show of a video game?
You know what? I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a bit, and I would have enjoyed it more after the update if it wasn't for the whole BS with them being like, "Oh, the DLC's on disc," and then everyone found out, and they were like, "Well, you still have to pay for it," Like, if they had made it free, if they made it free when they were called out on it and tried to do something to make it up to people, then I would have still been dick riding that game. But the second they were like, oh, everyone knows about the on-disc DLC, whatever, you still pay for it. I was like, no, I'm not. Sorry. As much as I want Brian Fury, not happening.
I bought it, played it for about a week, wasn't feeling it, turned it back.
See, I was the guy that, like, I bought it and everyone played it for about a week, and I wanted to play it more.
Yeah, no, after a week of playing, it, that's exactly what C2 said. It's just, I wasn't having as much fun as I was with Street Fighter 4.
I understand why people didn't like it. I mean, it doesn't really play like a Street Fighter game or at all in any way influenced by Tekken. Like, it's its own thing, and like the choices they made for design are very strange. Like, I think it would have been better if they had, like, instead of trying to make it a Street Fighter Tekken thing, if they had gone more the route of like a Capcom Namco and had that be the way it played, like with the whole, easy beat kind of 3-hit combo into launcher thing. Like, I think that could have worked more, like, better if they had, like, other Darkstalkers characters and some Soul Calibur characters, made it more goofy,
Or any Darkstalkers characters.
I also didn't really like the overall. I mean, I guess yes, it was Street Fighter.
Oh, the shaders. The shaders were atrocious.
And it was Street Fighter 4's like goofy, like looking character art style.
The sausage finger people.
And the giant feet on everyone.
Yeah. Oh no, it was like I didn't mind the art style at first, but it was those shaders. They just looked fucking hideous. Like the weird, like neon skin outline thing. It just looked weird.
It was as though the game didn't want to be liked.
Yeah, it's like they went out of their way for like shit. Like they did the gem system, which was completely backwards and stupid. They did they did the fucking they did that stupid reality television series that they tried to do online, where fucking Aris from AOA Run kept saying a bunch of sexist shit and pissing people off and stuff, and it's like, it was a shit show for a very long time.
They put Kuma with the fart super in the game.
Oh god, yeah, why he doesn't even have a fucking fart super in his own game?
Yeah, well,
Gon had the fart move.
That I feel like that contributed to the fact that Tekken Cross Street Fighter is still in development.
Well, the thing is, Tekken Cross Street Fighter, we've seen how Akuma works in Tekken, and it's fucking awesome. And the idea of that as like half the game is fucking amazing. The only way they could make it better is if you could make a Street Fighter character play pure Tekken to where they don't have the meter and they only have like basic chains and commands, and then make it to where you could take the Tekken characters and make them play Street Fighter style, where they have a meter and like projectiles and shit. Like, if they do that,
I feel like that was part of the design behind Street Fighter Cross Tekken, except that they just met in the middle with everyone.
Yeah,
and ended up being trash.
Yeah, that's the thing. If they had done it to where like you picked a different thing, like if they made it to where you could pick Ryu and he would have like 4 different like not auto combos, 4 different like what are the different command chains from Street Fighter 3 called?
Command chains?
Is that what they're called?
Target combos.
Target combos.
Yeah.
Like give them like 4 different, because that's what they have in Tekken. They have like command chains. So yeah, just give like 4 target. Well, I was gonna say first, if I recall, in Tekken they're called command chains. In Street Fighter they're called target combos. So you'd give Ryu a bunch of target combos that would give him the same type of like abilities that you would get from Tekken with those. You'd give him one that has like 2 buttons that are interchangeable. You give him a high-low. Give him one that gives him like a launcher. Give him one that gives him like a bounce, and then there you go. He's a Tekken character. Take out his projectile.
And he's that anyway, depending on like
the version
what game you're playing.
Yeah,
because he's got a juggle traditionally. He's got an overhead. He's got
what's his traditional standing juggle? I don't play Ryu too much.
Standing juggle?
Yeah.
He doesn't have a traditional standing juggle.
Oh, okay.
As early as Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting or Super Turbo, nobody crucify me for that.
The jumping medium?
His jumping medium's been in the game for a long time.
Okay.
Same with Dictator.
Well, that's the thing. I was saying, like, to make him more like a Tekken character, he would have a standing juggle starter,
I can only hope that if Zangief is in Tekken Cross Street Fighter. They just give him like ridiculous king chain grabs.
Oh my god, wouldn't that be amazing to be able to go from like a SPD to like whatever the fucking running one is?
Like, please make it happen.
The running bear grab.
Yeah, or if anything, running bear grab into SPD. Yeah, dude. If they put Zangief in, give him like just a few chain grabs, just enough to give him that king flair, like that little bit of flavor from Tekken. Like I said, make that his Tekken mode. Make that be to where when you pick Zangief Tekken style, he has chain throws. Whereas if you play him Street Fighter style, he's just I'm gonna super armor my fucking face into yours. And I'm gonna scare the shit out of you.
I'll buy the game on the spot.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's what he is.
Basically, pretty much. The only reason I haven't bought Street Fighter V is because I'm a poor ghetto boy.
But you're a part of the PC Master Race. How does that feel?
It's fucking great, TBH, because I get all the hipster cred and I get all the PC cred.
But but you don't play games, so it doesn't really matter.
I mean, at least when you
matter because I'm PC Master Race, Lewis.
I mean, at least if and when you do get a Street Fighter V, if or when, I can play it with you because it's cross-play.
Yeah, that's one of the cool things about it.
You're right.
Okay, well here, Christian, how about this? Let me tell you.
Street Fighter V.
Let's get back onto the Street Fighter V leak list because I'm not done talking about characters yet. Because supposedly they're also adding a free update that will also add characters, once again, free. So the Season 3 ones are, part of a Season Pass. You have to buy them separate or unlock them with fight money. But the free ones are Crimson Viper, Q, Necro...
Q.
Wait, and here's the kicker, Oro.
Oro! Alright, well I'm gonna buy the game.
If this comes out to be true, you're gonna buy it.
If it's true,
true, I'm down. Like,
if it's true, I'm playing Street Fighter V again because Q.
Dude, yeah, Q. The second I saw Q, I was like, "We're done, kids. We're done. I'm getting in."
You guys know Q is my boy.
I love Q.
You've played me in Third Strike. You know Q is my boy.
I'm not as good with Q, but I like Q a lot. Like when I saw that, I was like, I could see myself playing Q in 5 because I never really got my head around him in 3. But 5 as a game is a lot simpler. Just like none of the characters really clicked with me, and the fact that it's so normal heavy, and I didn't have anyone click, it was kind of just one of those things to where like I didn't know what to do with my buttons, and I would just get frustrated.
you press them.
No, I mean, but this game is so button.
Crouching jab.
This is no, never a crouching jab in 5. Oh my god, you'll get blown up all day.
No, stand jab in 5. You'll anti-air.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Pretty good.
You're
pretty
right.
well.
You're right. It was stand jab. I'm sorry.
Like,
Stand
dude,
jab, you'll anti-air pretty well.
Still my favorite Street Fighter. Haven't played it in a while, but
5 is 5. It's like weird. I just wish.
It's the most Street Fighter that there is.
Yeah, but the thing is, I played so much Street Fighter 4. Like that, Street Fighter 4 is the one I played the most of, and all my bad habits are ingrained in me.
Trash one.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I still enjoy it, but like I have so many bad habits because of it. Like wake up Shoryus. I like how every character has a good wake up move. That doesn't exist in 5. So many characters just have trash wake ups.
Street Fighter 5 forced me to.
That's what I'm saying. It's bad habits. I'm not saying 5 is a bad game because I'm a shit player. I'm saying I can't enjoy 5 to its extent because of my shitty habits.
You're a shit player.
Yeah, exactly, because it's so Street Fighter. But that's also why I think Street Fighter 5, unless you're watching like the pinnacle of pro play, I think Street Fighter 5 is like the most boring one to watch. Also, like when you're watching Evo Top 8, like fucking Punk versus Tokido and shit, it's like fucking crazy, It's was it Tokido that? Yeah, it was Tokido that was the Evo champ, right?
For 5?
For 5, yeah, I believe so. Man,
I paid attention since GamerBee took Arcade Edition or whatever in Street Fighter 4.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
It was a really good one.
Wait, I think I remember Fudo was. I think it was actually between Fudo and Infiltration.
Oh wait,
Or am I thinking about
Tokido? No, it was Tokido. Yeah, top 8 was Tokido, Punk, Kazunoko, Itabashi, Moke. I've never heard of Moke. Knuckle Dew. Itabashi Zangief, yeah.
Itabashi.
Knuckle Dew with Guile. I wonder if he was wearing his championship skin. Because one of the things they have is that the winner of Evo or the winner of Capcom Cup gets a custom skin, and Knuckle Dew's was a guy on like SWAT with a Knuckle Dew name tag. Oh, and then Mauve, who I guess I'm out of touch with Street Fighter because I don't know who Mauve is. But then F Champ.
It's a kind of purple.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
So besides that, supposedly new critical arts are being added. A color edit mode is being added. They're working on input lag fixes, which supposedly aren't going to be ready till season 4.
You have me lingering around color edit mode.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
True. I will make Chedagif.
I really hope it's true because fucking unlocking colors in Street Fighter V is like, man, I'd rather just take a fucking pickaxe and just go at my teeth.
I just wanted to see Chedagif.
Jesus Christ. Survival mode in Street Fighter V is the bane of my existence. Fuck that mode. It's not even real survival mode. And the fact that like the AI goes fucking... Have you seen Desk's video breaking down how broken the AI in survival mode is?
Nope.
They show like 1-frame reactions, like on the most
AI
bullshit
is-
things.
The
It's-
AI is ridiculous. You need to
it's-
see like hard mode, story mode.
Oh, like you can just like type in most pro players that stream and survival mode, and you'll find them just raging at it. Like if I recall, there's one where it's like Flo trying to unlock characters for like Fong when he was still playing him or something like that, and you're just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And I'm just like, Flo, I feel you, bro. Okay, so
Wait, was Fong the Poison Hands Goofy Goof?
yeah.
Poison Hands make Goofy Goof, yeah.
I liked him for like 5 seconds, then I like actually played him.
That's a shame, because he is probably the most you character I've ever seen in a video game.
I know, right, dude? I
Sort
really
of like
tried to like
Stalin.
him. I really tried to like him. It's just he's. I like having a character that even if it's not like something powerful like a reversal wake up, I like having a tool for when I'm under pressure. And most of my characters always have like one good tool at least where like I can, if I'm patient enough with blocking, I can slip away and like, you know, get my bearings and get back into the fight. Like that's one of the things I loved about Alex. Like anytime I was overpressured in 3, if I like would get a good block, I would immediately like hard kick stomp out. Like just get the fuck out and just like, okay, I'm about to screen away. All right, okay, cooling down, out of tilt. Let's do this. But like Fong, someone gets on you, you're fucked, dude. You're just like you just have to eat it. That's why good Fong players, you have to have patience of a saint, and you have to have the eye of a tiger.
Or of a pro Street Fighter player.
Yeah, that too.
Does Razor Shen Xian, does he still play Fong?
Dude, I do not know. I kind of slip in and out with Marvel. Not Marvel, Street Fighter. I kind of like watch the big majors, and if I see like if like a tournament happens like at Wednesday night fights and stuff, if there's like one of the big matches is 2 players I know really well or I like watching, you know, like who was the last one I saw? It wasn't I've been watching more Marvel now. That's more my game. Damn. I can't remember last time I actually really watched Street Fighter besides Evo. Damn. Yeah, I just don't really like the game for watching as much, but I'll tell you, when you have a friend that's like on the same level as you, Street Fighter V is quite entertaining. But like when I had my friend and roommate, and like, yeah, I mean, we would just play, and the second he started getting better than me, and he like became clearly better than me, it wasn't like I would get a match every now and then. It's like that game makes the divides very obvious, you know? It's like if someone's better than you, they will destroy you. There's no lucky win here or there. You're paper shredded.
Whoa! Hold on a minute.
What?
So, like, my Discord is blowing up, and apparently they just added in Noctis from Final Fantasy 15 into Tekken 7.
What? What? Okay, we got the hot takes.
You heard it
That's
here
what I'm-
first, everyone.
That's what I'm seeing. Hang on a minute.
It's that days later and after editing.
I mean, don't let me throw out this whole thing out of proportion.
Oh, no.
Keep talking while I look at this.
Oh no, dude, I'm looking at it right here. Yeah, reveal trailer.
This is what's cool about podcasts is it's like radio, but on the internet.
I just want to see. I want to get past the teaser bit and like show some damn gameplay. Or oh, okay, he's a weapon user.
Is he?
Yep.
Why put him in Tekken 7? Why wait for why not wait for Soul Calibur 6 though?
I know, right? Like, yeah, he's got his sword. It looks really strange.
Huh.
I mean, his stage looks fucking wonderful. Oh well, okay. It doesn't look like he always has a sword, which I'm okay with, because it kind of works more like a projectile, like how Akuma is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind this. It's kind of like that new dude that they added, the Spanish guy that has like the energy arrows and shit.
No, he's not Spanish. He's Italian.
Oh, Italian. Sorry.
Sorry to all of our Italian fans.
Forget the dude's name. All right, let me look.
Oh, and different combo strings. He uses different, or he summons different weapons.
Different weapons.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. I'm looking at him right now. He's beating the shit out of Steve Fox. Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Well, now I'm a little farther ahead now. I'm at like the 3-minute mark.
Oh wow, this stage does look. It's the fucking gas station.
Yeah.
I love that. That's great.
Oh my god, he can tech jump so much shit. Holy fuck, I didn't realize. He's got the whole Lars thing going on where you can just flip over lows all day.
Wow.
Well, I mean, luckily lows in Tekken aren't as important as they are in like 2D fighters, but still, that's really powerful. Like, because I mean, everyone's got tech crouching too, so he'll probably have some good tech crouches. But if he's got these good flips that open up for combos, it's like the second they try to like pepper in some lows, it's like no, fuck you, I'm gonna combo you now.
Wait, is Tech Crouch a real fighting game word? Because I always thought that was just that one Naruto game.
Oh no, it's a thing. It exists in a lot of games.
Well, I mean, I know that the element exists, but like...
Oh yeah, no, it's really prominent in 3D fighters where you have moves that put you like prone while it's animated. So it's like, you know, Naruto had the same thing going on, so it's like they just borrowed the term. Like, it's more common in Tekken, Soul Calibur, and Virtua Fighter. Yeah, 3D fighters in general, yeah, but like I don't think there's really tech crouching in Dead or Alive.
Nobody plays Dead or Alive, Bishop.
You'd be surprised, trust me on that one.
You're all looking at boobies in that game.
Yeah, and they all gather together to have tournaments, which is fucking weird. Especially since there's like characters that look like they're 12, but their title is being 20.
Again, and this might be ignorant, but we were discussing this off screen earlier about how Japanese people just masturbate to weird shit, and you just have to accept it as part of their culture.
I think everybody masturbates to weird shit, though.
Yeah, but they...
It's just a different flavor of weird.
They're not ashamed of it like I feel like I'm supposed to be.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. As Americans, we are told to fucking hate anything that has to do with sex, and we should oppress ourselves. Okay, so next leak.
Not
oh,
to,
okay, no, go on.
Not to interrupt your conversation about masturbation, but so it's said that Noctis is the DLC 3. What was DLC 1? Well,
DLC 1 was Eliza. And DLC 2 was
Oh.
Geese, if I recall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, DLC 2 is like not was like it's still
Yeah, it is
yet
Geese.
to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's yet to happen, but yeah.
Okay.
If I was a caster in Smash, I would be DLC 2. That's a great name.
Anyways, okay.
Either way though, which you know what that means, right? Yeah, because we all know that Kiryu from friggin' Yakuza is going to be in that game, so it's probably.
I mean, I'm not that. I don't really follow Yakuza, so like the only thing I know about that is what you've told me.
Well, it's like the Mafia, but Asianese.
No, I mean the game, Yakuza.
You think it's a game?
Yeah, it is. Yakuza 1, 2, 3, the dead one with the zombies in the mall.
0.
Yeah, there's lots of Yakuza video games.
You find me a Japanese guy without a pinky and ask him if he thinks it's a game.
And like he pulls it out of his shirt and he's like, actually. It's like, fuck!
I roast my pinky!
I lost my pinky playing the video game! I stuck it in the hole!
Your game! That was racist.
Racist? Okay.
Let it
Okay.
be known that I, Red, am not racist.
Okay,
That's
anyways.
exactly what a racist says.
Anyways, back to the list. Back to the list.
Nine-fingered Japanese friends, don't you?
Okay, so this is the next point on the list is one that I'm excited for. That's Marvel. And the reason I'm excited for this is because supposedly they're doing another free thing. Like I said, allegedly.
You said supposedly, which is not a word.
So, well, fucking eat some balls, okay? That's all I gotta say about that. Find some balls. Right. Find some balls and eat them. So...
No. Any kind of ball, rice ball, cheese ball.
Okay, so supposedly season 2 of DLC for Marvel is Star-Lord, Miss Marvel, Asura, Gil, and Lady from DMC.
I heard about the Lady part, and that's pretty cool.
Lady is one of those picks where I'm like, all right, it's like I'm not gonna play as her, but that's cool.
Better pick than Trish. I would totally play as Lady.
See, I liked Trish in 3, so I think it all comes down to how they play.
I played her all the time.
Huh?
Yeah.
No, I was being facetious. I never saw you play Trish.
Oh, I mean, that's because, I didn't really use her against you. I liked Trish. She was one of the fun trap characters. I like to use her with Dormammu. Especially round trip into the fireball was really stupid. Because you would just cover them in projectile and they couldn't do anything.
It's just I'm not and I'm a Devil May Cry fan.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm gonna trigger so many goddamn people saying this. I think Trish in the Devil May Cry series is like one of the most useless characters ever.
More or less than Sakura of Naruto. You have 30 seconds.
Oh, less. I don't even play the series and I know less.
Probably less because Trish is still kind of cool.
And she's also somewhat powerful.
Yeah, but...
Sakura can punch the planet. She's very strong.
She was powerful for like 3 story arcs. Whoa!
She did... Anyway.
So...
Trish,
Kakashi.
she only shows up... She shows up the one time, like couple of times in Devil May Cry 1. She does stuff. She just stabs Dante. That's it. That's like the last you see of her. She talks to you, betrays you, says she's sorry, and then that's about. Dies, gets revived, and that's about it.
That's a character.
That's an arc.
After that, you don't see her at all. I don't know if you see her in Devil May Cry 2. I don't even know if you get to play as her in Devil. I think you get to play as her in Devil May Cry 2, but Devil May Cry 2 sucks. You don't see her at all in Devil May Cry 3 because it's a prequel, and that's actually where Lady shows up, and she does infinitely more than Trish does.
She had that cool as fuck gun thing. I remember that.
She had a rocket launch. She had a rocket launcher that had a grappling hook bayonet on it.
Okay.
She was just this gun-toting wizard of a woman.
I'm down. Sounds like they could do some different stuff with it.
Yeah, no, and when I say gun-toting, I mean gun-toting. She has a rocket launcher with a grappling hook bayonet on it. I don't need to begin how that weapon was conceived. She's got like an Uzi that also
the backseat of an El Camino.
She's also got an Uzi, a handgun, like tons of like just other different guns. She's the gun lady.
My whole thing with these picks is like, oh yeah, and then the sixth character, because this guy apparently has multiple resources, and so the sixth character, he said that none of his resources like all agreed on one, and so he had been getting word on Rashid, Regina from Dino Crisis, or Apollo Justice.
Ooh.
Now my whole thing is, I think. Oh, go on.
I was about to lose my shit on Regina, but then you mentioned Apollo Justice, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, please give me.
Are you guys not fans of Rashid of Street Fighter?
Oh no, I think Rashid. I was about to say, I think all three would be fucking phenomenal picks. I don't think any of those would be bad. I honestly think that the season 2 lineup of DLC destroys season 1. Season 1 was trash, in my opinion. I thought Monster Hunter was the only good pick, and she was held back.
Yeah, out of any of the Out of any of the newcomers from Street Fighter V, Rashid would be a good choice.
Oh yeah, dude, because he already has 2 supers, his V trigger and his super art.
Well, and he's hype, which is the most important, I think.
Yeah, that too. He is hype.
He's a
He's hype
very
as
hype
fuck.
character.
Plus, any super that has a persistent hitbox that you can move after, I'm always okay with. Those are so much fun in game.
Yeah.
You don't sound like a fan of Dormammu. Okay, so
Moving on.
anyways, so along with that, supposedly, real quick, I just want to go back over the season 2 though before we go on to the free supposed characters. Star-Lord, I honestly think if they never plan to put Cable in, Star-Lord would be a great way of replacing him, like function-wise, as Peter Rosa said, function. But no, think about it. Star-Lord, you could, instead of having a scimitar, just give him instead of having the scimitar special, give him like a move where he just like shoots it diagonally. Hyper Viper Beam could just be replaced with any generic energy gun. Same thing with Hyper Viper Beam.
You can't replace Hyper Viper Beam.
Yeah, you can. Just have some sound alike that sounds like, Chris Pratt be like, Stellar Beam! There you go. It'll work. Star Beam! Star Viper Beam! There you go. Miss Marvel, I think, will be cool, especially if they make her play similar to Super Skrull. Like, give her, because she has the whole, like, stretchy and giant fist thing that she's known for.
Wait, isn't Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel the same?
They were, but that's the whole thing. Captain Marvel is the original Miss Marvel, and Miss Marvel is a new character. Miss Marvel's like this young protege of hers.
I'm pretty sure Miss Marvel is Jean Grey, and they're reneging on that.
No. The new Miss Marvel
Jean
is.
Grey they used to call Marvel Girl.
Yeah.
Was it Marvel Girl?
It was Marvel Girl.
Yeah, Miss Marvel, I'm gonna butcher this. Kamala Khan of Earth 616. Her powers. I know she's got like stretchiness and super strength of some sort.
Well, that comes with stretchiness.
Yeah, like she's essentially a cool Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic is cool.
No, he's not. He's part of the Fantastic Four.
They're all cool.
No, they're not. They're the Fantastic Four. The only decent thing from them Fantastic Four, besides Doctor Doom, is the Thing. He's kind of cool sometimes, like Ben Grimm and
cool.
Huh?
The Thing's cool.
That's what I was saying. The Thing is kind of cool sometimes.
Johnny Storm's cool.
No, he's not.
Cool.
Johnny Storm's a shitter.
Cool.
Johnny Storm's a shitter. Sue Storm is boring, and Reed Richards is
Spider-Man's
fucking
cool.
lame. Spider-Man was like he guessed it.
Human Torch is like Spider-Man's like best friend.
Oh well, I mean that's like in his sideshow that he had.
Like best superhero friend.
No.
I really like those.
They called him the
those two
Fantastic
together.
Five because of Spider-Man.
I thought the whole thing was that he wanted to join the Fantastic Four and they wouldn't let him, and so he got pouty and like left.
Oh, he just hangs out all the time and eats the shit out of their fridge.
Spider-Man wants to join a lot of teams. They just don't let him.
That's because nobody fucking likes Spider-Man. He's an asswat.
Hey, no, that's my favorite superhero you're talking about.
Listen.
That's-
Listen, say nothing.
He's got nothing to say because he knows he's wrong.
So what I'm gonna say. So real quick.
To steamroll someone, just go listen and then go away.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll off of Miss Marvel in a second, but what I want to say is I think what?
You cut off.
Oh, okay, sorry. What I want to say was that I think Miss Marvel brings some cool, or she can bring some cool gameplay to the game with her. Like I would like to see her have a command grab similar to Super Scrolls, but give her a full screen one. Just make it very precise hitboxes. Like you either have to be completely full screen, perfectly mid screen, or right next to each other. To where she has empty spots in it, and then give her
so Anacharis.
Yeah, exactly. Like grabs like that, but make it to where afterwards maybe she like grabs them, pulls them in, and slams them down, so you can like OTG for an air combo and shit like that.
I also want her to have a rapid fire button move where she punches the shit out of you with stretchy arms and yells at the top of her lungs, "Tenderizer!"
Yeah, yeah. Yes, definitely. So I think she's a good pick. She's popular with the comics, or she's popular in the comics, and she's popular with female fans who, Marvel's not really a game that you see a lot of girls playing, at least compared to like Street Fighter and Tekken. So I think this is a good.
That sounds like a contentious opinion that's going to bite you in the
I
butt
mean,
years down the road.
in all honesty, if I get proven wrong on that, I'll be content with that. I would love to be proven wrong, but for the most part,
your shark hat.
Oh well, whatever.
You gotta put stakes up. You say, hey, if I get proven wrong, I'm gonna eat my hat, and then.
No, I'll eat some humble pie because I would love to see a girl take Evo. That'd be fucking fine. I'm completely fine with that. It's just like there's just this thing with the Marvel community where it's like out of all the fighting communities, it's known for being the most sexist. Like that's when we hear about spit on that bitch, rape that bitch, and it's like that's a little toxic. So it'd be cool to see that break away and have the dynamic shift a little.
I'm sorry. I've got the image of a C2 drawn Gaffy in my head,
Eating his hat.
eating his shark hat.
Yes. Okay, so
Look
next,
at that, I'm basically famous.
next is Asura, who I'm surprised he wasn't in the initial roster.
Is that Punch Guy?
That is Punch Guy. That is 8-arm Punch Guy. He is the best Punch Guy to ever exist, and I'm a JoJo's fan.
Mr. Grumpy Knuckles?
Yes, he is
absolutely.
Anger Fist McPunch a lot. He
flexes so hard he grows arms.
like if this game had Team Supers, I would specifically play him and Chris if they had a super where he slams a giant rock on the enemy and him and Chris punch the rock.
This guy
That's a crisp, fresh meme you made there.
Dude, it'd be
has-
fucking slick. I would love that super. Especially if they met in the middle, like they both break the rock and their fists hit the enemy.
This guy has bodied a moon, a planet, and a rift into another dimension that is also a black hole.
Yeah, and he brought
Anybody that can body the intangible is all right with me.
Yeah, no, Asura is great, and I would love to see him like have things where like he has like a Rekka, like Fei Long, but maybe make it to where you can spend meter to grow more arms, and it would just make the Rekkas do more hits and more damage. To where it's like after you've spent like 5 meters or 4 meters, you have like the full 8 arms, and your Rekka does as much as a super. Like that would be fun, especially if
he would be the new Dark Phoenix.
I need him.
I'm fine with that. No, give him Dark Phoenix a super. You die with full meter, he comes back with 8 arms, just like in the game.
And even angrier.
Yes.
Well, actually,
Don't stop. Keep going.
Hang on.
He's gonna cream in his jeans, everybody.
He needs to have what Ashura needs to have is a separate meter called the burst meter.
Oh, I like this.
And it builds up every time he's doing damage, and when you do it, you can activate burst like in the game, and you just go nuts. You get the arms, you get whatever the hell kind of anime as hell power up Ashura gets.
It's called being grumpy, and it's the strongest thing in anime.
If anything, make it a reverse style stun meter to where it's like as you deal damage, it gradually gains, but the second you're not doing damage, it just plummets.
Yeah.
To where it's like he's a steamroll character, to where it's like you get the first 2 good combos off and boom, burst mode, and you're just like dead.
Yeah, you need to be aggressive with this guy.
Yeah, that's how it needs to be. And give him like a command throw or something where he just grabs them and slams their face in the ground. Kind of like Nakali's grab.
Do you think if Asura was real and he had a Facebook, he would constantly share girl memes about being a bitch because you're hungry and be like, "This is literally me"?
No, he'd probably share pictures of how great his daughter is, and if you dare insult or make said daughter cry, he will hunt you down and murderize you.
Like it would just be like he'd post a picture of his daughter and be like hanging out with the fam, and someone would be like, "Your daughter's ugly." And then he'd be like the guy that would keep arguing on the internet with the dude, but then suddenly you'd see a post from the other guy where it's just like a bunch of peas. Like he just slammed the guy's face in the keyboard and just like left it there and then hit enter for the guy.
I know you said that, but I imagined real life Asura like making a bowl of peas.
Like just green peas. Just,
Taking a picture and putting it on someone's Facebook, #hacked.
Just, I've got my revenge!
Gotta eat your peas.
Okay, so,
Ashura may be the grumpiest character to ever exist, but he's
You know
also
what? You know what meme he is? I figured it out. I put it down. Sorry to be shit posting on you guys, but the meme that Asura is that copy pasta of that alleged Marine freaking out on that guy. You know what I'm talking about? He was like, "Oh, I've got the entire force of the United States Marine Corps. I'm gonna rain fucking fire down your throat, you little faggot bitch."
Wait, what the fuck did you just fucking say about me, you little bitch? I'll have you know I graduated at the top of my class in the Navy.
oh
Yeah,
god.
That is a personal favorite of mine, and that's totally Asura.
Okay, so guys, real quick. Let me just jump back over here real quick.
Must
So,
you?
yes, I'm sorry. I need to kind of re-rail us sometimes. So Asura. Okay, and the last one on this little the supposed like solid list is Gil. Now we were talking about Dark Phoenix.
SF3 Gil?
Yep,
Yeah.
he's Dark
Pyromancy,
Phoenix.
pyromancy.
Yep, he's gonna be
Well, I
Dark
mean-
Phoenix.
He gets a res.
Resurrection.
Yeah, and seeing as how he's not gonna be a shit piece of paper, flimsy motherfucker like Dark Phoenix, he's gonna be fucking so powerful because of it. And in all
Yeah.
honesty, I want them to keep his left side, right side like gimmick. I want that. Like I think that'd be
What is
really
the,
fun.
What is the scary line he says when you fight him?
Oh god, I don't know. I know he has one where he just laughs.
something of my divine something something.
Dude, he is a hype character, so I'm down for him.
The mark of my dignity shall scar thy DNA or some shit.
Just something
that
ridiculous.
was it. It's so metal.
Oh, I think it's divinity. His
The mark of my
divinity. Yeah,
Scar DNA.
I think that's what it is.
He's so cool.
Is
But yeah, so
I
like,
was trying to remember it, but all I could come up with was a voice line from a World of Warcraft boss where he goes, "Break yourselves against my body."
you are not prepared.
I'm not gonna lie.
You are not prepared.
The idea of Gil being in this is pretty cool. I hated him in Street Fighter 3, but I think he'd be fun. And costumes could be fun too. Like they give him the suit similar to Urian, and the big robes thing that he has in his intro.
Speaking of robes, I want one of his supers for him to summon like his freaking
His henchmen?
minions. Yeah, those dudes.
He doesn't need it. He's already gonna be broken out the gate. He's gonna be like,
guys
he's
are
gonna be a
cool,
problem
though.
out the gate. I'm calling it now.
Those guys are so cool, though.
I mean, Ultron does have his
at
bots,
least-
so they could do it. They could if they really
mean-
wanted to. It would make sense.
I mean, at least include them like giving him a drink of something.
Oh, it'll probably be like in his like
Ultron.
profile shot or his level 3 because they have to give everyone a cutscene level 3 now. So he'll probably have something where he knocks the character away. You know, they bring him a cup of red wine, he drinks it, and then he just rains hail and fire on them. There you go. There's your level 3.
Yeah.
But-
And then he goes,
Ha 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 ha.
He goes, "Hey man, you really made a mistake here, huh?"
Okay, so
I have over 300 confirmed kills.
Stop with that.
so
Makes
anyways,
me laugh every time.
okay, so Rashid,
It's a classic.
Rashid will just play like a Marvelized version of him, no big deal. I would like to see Regina play like Marvel vs. Capcom 2's Jill, where she would have like, instead of the zombies and the dogs, she would just have raptors.
Dinosaurs, velociraptors, yes.
Yes.
Please.
You guys are so in sync right now.
Then make her level 3 that she like just like the T-Rex comes out and she like just dodges out of the way and it just eats them.
That'd be so cool.
And Apollo Justice, just make him play like Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright, I think, was like the best weird character to be put in a fighting game in a very, very long time. Like all of his weird nuances that had to do with his series, all of his nods, like Capcom put fucking love into Phoenix and Marvel 3.
Yeah, and then Chris G made me hate him.
Chris G makes everyone hate any character. Like the second he picks him up, because he always plays like a fucking shitter. Granted, it always works,
No,
but
because what was his team was originally what was it? Hawkeye, Ryu, and
I think he had not Hulk.
it wasn't Hulk.
Morrigan, Virgil, and
I think didn't he have Dark Phoenix for a while?
He settled. I don't think it was a dark finish shaker. Anyway, he put me on Hawkeye.
Mm-hmm.
Was my point. Was he Hawkeye Ryu? Firebrand? That sounds right.
That might
But
be
it also doesn't sound right.
I remember he just stole that team from the other guy later on, and that's what he was known for.
What? Doom Morgan.
Yeah, his
Phoenix
Bullet Hell.
Wright?
Bullet Hell was a team he took from another player. He just played it better.
Yeah, I know Chris G like plays Morgan a lot in.
Oh yeah, he plays Morgan in like everything. He's got a really good Morgan. He picked her back up in this new one too.
She's Bae.
Yeah, pretty much.
As a Morgan player in games that aren't Marvel vs. Capcom 3, she's Bae.
Yeah.
Shenko is so much better though.
I agree. Mm-hmm. I agree. She's definitely better waifu.
Yes, thank you.
Did you say Shinko is a better wife?
Yes, I said she's a better waifu. And she's dead. And she's fucking dead, and I still think she's a better waifu. You know why? Because she's not a succubus that'll suck your soul out of your dick.
That's not what succubi do. They just eat your soul, and then they have the sex with you because they're like, I'm sorry.
Well, I don't want to have my soul eaten. So...
Well, you fucking goofed then.
Okay, so... They're basically, part of this leak is that this guy has like this shit ton of characters, and he's like, these are the characters that'll be released. I don't know what seasons, which characters will be in which season. Season. Mm-hmm. Like, supposedly they have planned to Season 5. Season 2 was the characters I'd already said. Before we get to the rest of the characters that are going to be, distributed throughout the other seasons, once again, like Street Fighter V, there's supposedly a free update as well. The free update... Now, here's the thing. I'm holding my tongue very hard on this one because I believe that I'm calling bullshit on this one. I don't see it happening. Even with Disney supposedly trying to buy Fox and...
Mickey Mouse?
I mean, I'd play Mickey Mouse. Wet wreck on some people with that Steamboat Willie, yo.
Like, ho,
ho, ho,
ho, everybody.
Captain America.
Do your job.
Woo!
I'm going to take you for a ride.
I'm just imagining his call-ins, like Ultron,
Dante.
Like, it'd be so funny, but
Ghost Rider.
So, anyways, these are Fox-owned characters, like movie-wise. Anyways, they're Fox-owned characters. That's why I don't believe in the validity of it. But supposedly, the free update is Deadpool, Wolverine, Daredevil for Marvel, and then for Capcom, it's Akuma, Virgil, and Jean.
Gene from Bob's Burgers, Gene?
Close.
God Hand?
Yeah, from God Hand. You were close though. You were
Gene
close.
from God Hand? No, he keeps being rumored to be in stuff. I remember since high school.
That's part of why I'm like bullshit on this one also.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
wants Gene from God Hand, but nobody wants Gene from God Hand really.
But no, fuck you. I've never even played through the game and I want Gene from God Hand. Like the more representation because the more representation of Clover Studios, the better. Clover Studios, despite breaking off and becoming platinum, is an integral part of Capcom's history. So I believe Beautiful Joe, Amaterasu, and Gene all should be in Marvel. I wholeheartedly believe that. They are a cornerstone of what kept Capcom through the PlayStation 2 era. They kept fucking up. Clover Studios is what kept them good, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. I can't really argue with you there.
Yeah,
I mean, there's not a better title than God Hand though.
Well, I mean, they already did Beautiful Joe and they already did Amaterasu, so it's like fans want Gene. And here's the thing.
Not satisfied.
Well, here's the thing. If it's the free update, I think the free update is them trying to be like, hey, fans, we're sorry for being dickheads. Here's the characters you wanted. Here's Deadpool. Here's Wolverine. And you know what? Daredevil's kind of cool. You guys liked him on Netflix. Oh, and then, here's Akuma and Virgil, and everyone's been wanting Gene, so you know what? Some people want Jin. So we understand some people want Jin, but we'll go with Jin for now. As much as I would love to see Jin over Gene, I think it's a smarter pick. I honestly do.
I mean, we could talk about all the speculation if it's a matter of like if these leaks are real. Like I just don't see them being real because I do not see Capcom saying, "Hey, we're sorry for being dicks." Because I don't see them.
Well, here's the thing. Supposedly, the only territory, like release territory that Marvel's done well in is America, which everyone expected. But like it did abysmal in Japan. Like usually it does okay. Like it won't outsell Guilty Gear, but it'll like make a mark. It'll turn $1. Whereas
Marvel is an American as fuck game.
Oh
now.
well, dude, they didn't. Their first week, if I recall, they didn't even like break 100. Like
100?
Like
they didn't make $100.
They didn't sell 100 copies. And that's like one city in America sells 100 copies of a game. Like that's
Only 100 people bought Marvel in Tampa.
no, I'm saying in Japan. I'm saying like not even 100 people bought Marvel its initial release in Japan. In Europe it did a bit better, but yeah, in America it did pretty well, which everyone expected.
It's because we fucking love Marvel. It's Marvel, baby.
Exactly. Okay, so
that's a cadence. You just say this. It's Marvel, baby.
Marvel, baby. What's Marvel?
Come on, Marvel.
So outside of the free characters and the season 2, the other characters supposedly that will be dispersed throughout whenever are Green Goblin. All right, pick. I think he was already using.
Can they use him? Isn't he Sony?
He is, but Sony and Marvel are playing well together right now. So yeah.
And that sounds. It has the stink of a pipe dream. I'm just.
Well, no, because you got to remember the new Spider-Man was a joint production. It was done by Sony and Marvel Studios.
Spider-Man is in the roster, and Venom's coming in pretty soon. So.
Yeah, that's true. He is part of season 1. So, and if I recall, the whole reason with him being in season 1, a lot of people said that it was behind the scenes stuff. Like Marvel was like, "Hey, Sony's working with us, put him in." Like that's what I heard.
I hope they don't change too much about Venom. I still kind of just want to be Venom Fang.
Unlike, I think changing Thanos, as much as I loved Bubble and stuff like that and his ridiculous amount of supers, I think changing...
Trash.
Huh?
I mean, he was trash.
Oh, no, he was. He was absolute garbage. That's why I was saying I would have liked to see them try to make him viable with his old moveset, but completely changing him from the ground up, I understand. It makes sense. It was a very weird style of play.
He had the funniest looking run cycle.
Yeah. His little dash with the diamond on his head. Woo!
Yeah.
But,
guys, he has the dash stone.
I could see...
Oh, where he's actually, like, running?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, okay, Green Goblin, one thing I would like to say real quick, I think Green Goblin would be cool if they approached him like a Claws / Vega style thing where he had, like, the glider and you could knock him off the glider and he was a weaker character.
You cut out again, like what / Vega?
Oh, like Claws.
Okay.
Yeah, how like I was saying how like some people call him Claws, some people call him Vega. That character. Like he can lose his mask, he can lose his claws, he becomes a weaker character. Make it to where Green Goblin is like only good on his glider, but you can knock him off of it.
How about instead it would be hype to see him as like the fucking now I'm blanking on the name. Like the Star Wolf to his Fox. To Firebrand's Fox.
Oh, make him play like Firebrand.
Yeah, with the swoops and the limited but effective projectiles.
What? That would be cool.
It would be hype,
I'd be down for that. And like the thing is, he has moves that could proxy in. Like instead of having the fire breath, have it be a pumpkin bomb. And if anything, to give it a different utility, make it to where it would work like Shumagross, where it would have a timer on it. Because then you could give him
like
bullshit ass high-low mix-ups.
Yeah, like the bombs, he'll lob them and they can like stay on the ground for like a set amount of time.
Yeah. That would be rad. I'd be down for that. So next Wolverine. Oh no, go on.
Have the bombs to have like different properties depending on what you do, kind of like Chris's grenades.
Yeah, like he could have like the blade one. He could have the regular detonator. He could have like a sticky one.
Oh shit, razor bats.
Yeah.
Razor bats.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, just have them like float around him and stuff like that.
Oh, that'd be cool. Like Injustice with Batman, like with his batarangs.
Kind of, yeah.
That would be cool. Yeah. Okay, so
I'm sorry. I know you're really trying to keep us.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Can we just segue for a moment? I got to update because I got the Windows 10 that likes to think it's a smartphone. And does anybody else miss Mike Ross?
Yes.
I miss him
I do.
deeply. I don't. Where did he go?
I don't know, but every time I see an update that's like, "Hey, Excellent Adventures is coming out," and it's just Gutex and somebody I don't know who it is. Like I love Gutex, right? He's great.
Yeah,
but like I watched the show to watch Gutex and Mike Ross, and I haven't heard shit about him like since like Street Fighter V came out.
No, I agree, dude. I'm the same way.
There was Peter Combo Fiend bodying him in all the demos, and then it came out. And then he just went into the wind or something, like he just disappeared.
From what I heard, I remember there being...
I think I hear from him on Twitter. I think he's going through some shit.
Is he?
If I recall,
think
like
so.
him and Gutex, like they broke up for a while from the show because they had a falling out, and then they came back together.
Because what? Because you cut out again because your mic sucks?
They actually, this is a very nice mic. It's just it
Doesn't know how to do speech to talk at all.
apparently. So
Anyway, they broke up as friends?
yeah, a long time ago, and then they came back together for the show. And I'm wondering if maybe like when he came back together for the show, it was purely for the show, and he wasn't like over it. I don't know. I might be trying to like dig into something that isn't really there, but I remember there was like they did have a falling out at some point. That might not be what's currently going on.
That's a darn shame if it is, because listen, Mr. Gutierrez.
If you hear this one random podcast,
Ross, if you're listening to our show, just talk it out, boys.
we miss you.
You got a whole fan base that loves and misses you.
We miss you so much.
I really do.
Okay, so
Yeah, I feel as I'm looking at his like Twitter posts, it sounds like he just needs to get away from it all, and
Yeah.
he's just taking a break from like the internet and everything.
like a sabbatical,
It's just-
like he's training in the mountains on like a laptop with like a shitty like $60 Hori stick, like just.
They're very vague tweets too. Like
Oh, that's
just-
always the worst. That's always the worst.
Yeah.
You're never in a
Yeah,
good spot when you're doing vague tweets.
Yeah, I want to read. I want to read one of them, but I kind of just.
Yeah, let's
Be
just
better
like
if I-
give the man his space. Just
Yeah.
DM it to whoever is necessary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
So-
seriously, Mike Ross, love you bunches. I miss you all the time. I know I've never met you personally, but I mean, I'm a big fan. And if you need a hug, just come on down to one of 3 locations we're recording from, and just get you a hug. All right?
Okay, so I'm gonna try to. Whoa. Oh man, what happened there? Okay, so anyways.
We can't end the show because I'm still working on the show doodle.
Oh no, it's all good. I was gonna end the show anyways. I'm
you're
going for like the
saddled with my
1:30, and I'm gonna cut out some bits anyways where it was just like fuck ups and stuff like that in the audio.
Yeah.
So we got a little bit wiggle room, but yeah, a bunch of these are returning characters that they would just make them play the way they always did. Wolverine, Cyclops, Psylocke, Magneto, Storm, Deadpool, Doom. Other returning characters: Captain Commando.
Captain Commando,
I know I would love for that.
that would be so hype.
And then the other
Yeah.
pre-mentioned ones, and then the newcomers from this list are Daredevil, who I'm guessing would just kind of play similar to Ghost Rider.
Daredevil?
Yeah,
Daredevil?
No, he would.
with his
If anything,
with his
they
like
would take a note from like Nightwing with the 2 sticks and Injustice. Like
he would not play like Nightwing.
that's how he fights.
No, but
Twenty-five,
but he has that chain like the staff thing that has the string.
what
that they
from
always
Marvel Ultimate Alliance, the like super move that he has?
No, I'm talking about from like the comics. He had the staff that also had like the connection between it. He used it was like a nunchuck with a really long connection.
I mean, he swung around with it and shit.
Yeah, exactly. He would use that the same way that Ghost Rider uses his chain. I'm not saying to give him a motorcycle and the ability to shoot out projectiles, but I could see him having long-reaching chain moves.
Because that's Ghost Riders. He's got to have a motorcycle or a car.
Okay, well, I'm saying have the same like long-range normals and command normals that
Nobody
just
in their
cover
right
the
mind
screen.
would give Matt Murdock a driver's license. Okay,
But he's got sonar.
it doesn't matter. He can't read the big E. He's not allowed to drive.
Okay. So last character on the list that we haven't gone over is I don't know who this is. It's Deis, Deis. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Deus?
I don't fucking
Deis?
know. Deis. I don't know who that is.
Aren't you video games guy?
I am, but there's a lot of weird. Oh,
Capcom.
Breath of Fire character.
Oh.
Okay.
that cool?
That
good
would be
news?
interesting. Breath of Fire was like Capcom's Final Fantasy.
Now I really believe that's bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, especially because it wasn't the main character either. Rio or
What if
Ryu.
the Monster Hunter confirmed for Brawl? I mean Marvel.
Okay, so there's a couple other things.
That was a serious question. Is
Wait,
there a
wait.
main Monster Hunter?
Yeah,
No.
Monster Hunter is in the game.
Well, no, but there's no main character in Monster Hunter.
Oh,
Monster Hunter is
that's
just
fine.
it's a
I'm-
proxy.
Yeah, I've never partaken.
No, it's a build. It's like you are the character, so that's why Monster Hunter doesn't have a name. It's just Monster Hunter.
I really like. I hate to get off topic again, but
No, you don't. Don't fucking lie. You love it.
I'm so upset that they gave her like a voice and lines and speaking stuff and like really dumb shit to say, and I just wish it was just yells and grunts.
I just wish that they had gone with the cat instead. It would have made more sense as a character.
No, stop talking.
Because that's the face of the series.
This is a huge sidetrack, but I feel the same way about all of the Diablo characters they put in Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah.
You ever play that?
Yeah.
Like
who fucking knows the actual characters? So it's like when they give you this backstory,
there's no fucking actual characters. There's the Lady Barbarian. Oh wait, no, she's Sonya now, and she's stupid, and she's fucking Garen from League of Legends.
I mean, there's Deckard Cain.
Deckard Cain.
There's bosses now, but like
hey, a while listen.
The classes that show up in the game are very much like, oh come on, what'd you do that for, huh?
Yeah. Well, like, my whole thing is here, the reason I was saying that about the Monster Hunter thing is, like, you gotta think about the whole thing with what you were saying, how they gave her voicing lines and stuff like that. They have to do stuff like that. They can't just
have a silent fighting game character.
They never do that in Marvel. Everyone talks. Everyone says stuff. Even fucking Hulk says shit like, little guy and tin can and shit like that when he tags out. They can't just make her grunt. But if they did the cat, no one would complain if the cat had stupid lines.
And
plus, then they would have also had a second short character, so because they only have Rocket.
Yeah, you're not gonna go anywhere with this argument.
Oh no, I know I'm not gonna convince you. I'm just saying, I'm
gonna be a stone wall.
No, you're good. You're good. Okay, so another thing real quick was they're saying that supposedly there's going to be a 2v2 mode added, like 2 players versus 2 players. I think that sounds fun. And then supposedly there's
supposedly.
Well, this entire list is supposedly the list.
That's not the fuck you say that word.
Supposedly.
I know. I kind of just like to say it. I never correct myself because I know how much it bugs him.
These fucking internet goblins are going to eat you
alive.
I
don't give a fuck if they're going to correct me on something that small.
They're going to be like fake and gay.
When you posted that on my one video, I was so confused.
Did you find that humorous?
No, I didn't understand. And Brittany was like, "Why do you call your video fake and gay?" And I'm just like, "I don't know."
Because it's YouTube. Come on, man.
Anyways, so okay.
What if the commentator is just gonna say that he's trained in guerrilla warfare?
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe if you're trained in guerrilla warfare.
So, anyways. Okay, so one of the other things is Ultra Sigma is going to be a character that you can play as, but Ultra Sigma will be a one-man team. You don't get a second character with them.
Ultron Sigma?
Ultron Sigma from the storyline. Okay. I think that's kind of fun. I don't really have a complaint about it. No more story-related content until San Diego Comic-Con of next year, where they'll, I guess, announce the story for the next season. Capcom apparently wanted a Power Stone character, in particular Edward or Rouge, but they were specifically set on Falcon. Marvel ultimately turned him down because they didn't want confusion with their Falcon, which they said for whatever reason Capcom didn't fight them on it, or decided to go to Rogue instead of Power. Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Couldn't they just give they just have Falcon's a full name? Because I know it's something Falcon.
I think the idea of Marvel shooting them down because they have a character with a similar name is fucking stupid, especially because as much as I would love to play as a Power Stone character and collect the Power Stones while I'm fighting, I think the most practical way of doing a Power Stone character would have them transform as their fight intro.
Fucking just put in Wing-Tang.
There you go. Put in fucking Goku, and we're done. We're done.
They can't put in Goku.
No, that's the joke. Okay. Wang-Tong is a ripoff of Goku.
Okay, well, it's all a reference to Son Goku of Chinese lore. So
which is all a reference to Jesus.
The Chinese don't know about Jesus?
They don't know about Jesus?
Listen, everybody sleep on Jesus. Don't even get me started.
Okay. No one sleeps on Jesus. Get out of here. He's so up his own ass.
That's why everybody sleeps on him.
Anyways, because he's a one-man hype team. He doesn't need any. He probably bought enough records himself to
Treat him
make
like
the.
he's the fucking glitch.
You know what he is? He's the glitch. It's in my code. You know what Kanye is? And you're gonna you might not love this, but
He's a charge character.
What the fuck? No, he's the rapper Gohan.
He's a little bitch.
Explain. 30 seconds.
30 seconds. All right. The rapper Gohan. Gohan, right? Descended from greats. Everybody thought he was going to be the legend, the boss. He was the kid, and then he fucking started to suck and married into money.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's Gohan's whole story arc. So yeah, Kanye is the Gohan of rappers.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, speaking of
really
Dragon Ball Z,
there,
though.
honestly.
Speaking of Dragon Ball Z, though.
Could you not clip the mic when you say that, please?
Speaking of Dragon Ball Z, though.
You're fucking clipping me right now.
You're fucking dead, kiddo.
Good thing for post editing. Oh man. So okay, so for Dragon Ball Fighters, supposedly
Fighter Z, thank you.
No, they said Fighters is how it's pronounced. That's how Namco themselves said it.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah, I know, I agree.
Fucking
Okay.
stupid.
I'm glad I have a laugh button for Christian now.
Okay, so real quick, so
thinking about it,
guys. So the
Give me a second.
well, you can laugh off to the side while I drop this because you might not be getting Dragon Ball Fighters, but me and Adam both definitely are.
Says I'm not getting Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
But it's not going to be on PC.
But fucking suck my willy, okay?
How the fuck are you going to play it if it ain't on PC? You going to buy a PS4? You going to buy a PS4?
What?
A PS4?
How about a better mic before you talk?
PS4? You going to buy a PS4?
I'm gonna buy a little PS4.
Do I need to like get up in there, right in my mic? Just hello, hi
My
everybody.
ears and tell me a story about the PS4.
Just some MSR shit, and be like, here, we're gonna press some buttons on my remote now.
MSR, like MSRP, like buying a house.
No, that whole thing where it's like you listen to channels where people are like, we're gonna pop some
ASMR?
bubble. Oh, ASMR. Sorry, my bad.
You're a YouTuber. You should know what
I don't
ASMR.
Dude, I don't even network. I don't know how to do this shit. I'm so fucking bad at it.
Toy channels. You should know about toy channels.
Oh god,
those are weird.
Oh, anyways,
Those are hecka weird.
so Dragon Ball Z Fighters, the supposedly leak. The guy doesn't know. Supposedly, supposed leak. Yes. I corrected myself. Or was that cringe like that long? Like you were just like, it took that long for you to get vocal about it?
In the old country, we just say words correctly.
So the Dragon Ball Fighters leak is, I think it's very believable. Even if this guy doesn't have actual information, I could see the shot in the dark actually landing. He doesn't know if this is the season pass. That's the thing that he's saying. He's like, I don't know if this is still in the game or if it's going to be the DLC we heard about. But
the characters are not.
Okay, well, these are Broly, regular form Goku, as in he's not Saiyan, and regular Vegeta.
Wait, end of Dragon Ball Goku?
Like, yeah, well, no, like beginning of Dragon Ball Z. So, kind of, yeah, pretty much the same.
Because he's a Saiyan in Dragon Ball Z, okay?
It says that he uses the Spirit Bomb instead of for one of his supers instead of the Kamehamehas.
He was already confirmed Saiyan by the time he was dead.
I mean,
just get your shit together.
Anyways,
This is
so
a reputable news source.
non-Super Saiyan versions of Goku and Vegeta, along with Broly. I could see Broly being in there, especially since, despite being a movie character, he's super popular. I could also see them doing regular Goku and regular Vegeta, just because they already said that Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta were separate characters. Like, you can't pick Goku or Vegeta if you have them on your team already. You can only pick between one form of them. So I could see them doing this to pad out the roster. Not the roster, to, just give people more... I guess technically that is padding out the roster. I don't know. Picking an alternate version of a character, I think, is not that. It's like they're consolidating clones into one square. I appreciate that.
Well, I'm wanting them I'm actually down with them doing that with like more like characters.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Besides Goku and Vegeta, like have like second form Frieza or third form Frieza.
Kid
or,
Gohan, adult Gohan, Great Saiyaman.
No.
Yes.
Imperfect Cell.
Yes.
That.
Yes.
Hey, man. What do you even fucking Dragon Ball?
He's
Imperfect
funny.
Cell, semi-perfect.
I wouldn't
Cell.
play him. But I want him in. That's like I want fucking Hercule in, but I don't want to play him.
You don't
Regular
really want
cooler.
I really want
Super
Hercule.
Cooler.
They said they're not
Shredder
gonna.
Cooler?
They said they're not
That's
gonna put
great.
any joke characters, so Hercule's not gonna be in. I'm saying
Oh,
that
that
now.
means we're not going to get a Rail either?
She could be in as not a joke character. She could just be silly, but she could be not bad. I mean, she wasn't bad in.
She was in Super.
You don't fuck with gag characters. Vegeta said so.
He did.
Okay, so the other three
Why
characters.
did, sidebar, why did Beerus feel the need to Hakai Dr. Slump? I don't remember.
He was enjoying like apparently Bulma wished for like the most delicious food in the galaxy,
hmm
and that's like Beerus's thing, like just to eat delicious food, and
Respectable.
yeah, and Beerus came down like in a hurry because I guess he sensed it, and while he was eating it, like Dr. Slump was just like, hey, this episode's about me. What the heck are you doing? And he's just like he's just haggling him. Harassing him while he's just trying to enjoy a little snacky poo.
He's a hungry kitty.
Yeah, and he destroys him.
Just forever destroys him. He's dead.
Yep.
Okay.
Why does that cross over with Dragon Ball, but never Beelzebub? Because Beelzebub was rad.
Because it's in a
Yeah.
post-apocalyptic setting.
Okay.
So it happens after Dragon Ball.
Still,
Okay.
still though, we want fucking Beelzebub.
I mean, just have they could
Or
do it.
is
They could
like
do it
the
if
Pixar
Trunks went in the
hidden
future.
timeline where Dragon Ball takes place, like after the apocalypse.
After all the Saiyans are dead, and after like Earth is just irradiated by the sun. That's when Sandlands happens or whatever. It's called Sandlands, right?
Look, man, they
It's
have
called
alternate.
Beelzebub.
Is it called
Yeah,
Beelzebub? I thought it was Sandlands.
I don't want to say it's called Sandland, but now you're making me doubt myself, and I think I'm gonna just go ahead and defer.
I mean, I'll look it up
Fuck
real
man,
quick.
They have alternate
Because he was
timelines.
Beelzebub. And he looked like Gotenks.
They have alternate timelines in Dragon Ball anyway, so why not just
We don't talk about it.
It's Sandland, but yeah. Apparently, it was like a flop, which I thought was kind of neat.
or other
thought it was,
worlds,
well.
just to have Beelzebub like exist in one of the universes. I guess I don't fucking know.
Okay, so real quick, I just want to get over the quick announcements or the quick little leak bits for fighters, because there's not much more for fighters. Supposedly the fighters Bardock. Once again, I think that's a safe blind pick. He'd be good. It'd be fun. It'd be interesting if he played similar to Goku, like making him Akuma to his Ryu.
But he's not like Goku. But he's not like Goku.
He looks like Goku.
He needs to be more of like He needs to be like more of like an in-your-face kind of like brawler type grappler, like
Yeah.
Makoto.
Bardock
Like
was
Yamcha.
really intense.
So then you
Yeah,
make
he was-
Bardock like Yamcha.
I mean,
No.
I'm reluctant to say that, but I feel like that's a better match than fucking making him like Goku.
Well, I mean, they
Yeah.
already said that Yamcha's a mix-up character. I was kind of being silly there, but yeah.
Bardock got dead and stayed dead. Like,
Yeah, Bardock has.
or no, he didn't. He popped up in the future. I forgot.
Okay,
we don't
okay,
talk
so-
about episode Bardock, Christian, thank you.
So real quick,
Sorry.
this next one, it's not a big deal. It'd be fun. Raditz. It's like whatever. It could be cool.
Did you know that the thing on Raditz' legs, his little thigh bands, are Bardock?
They're what?
They're like a gift from Bardock before he went out on his first mission that led to him surviving the destruction of planet Vegeta. It was like, oh, here you go, son, take these red shit,
That's
bro.
weird.
And he was like, thanks, father. And then was like, go kill aliens. Also, he's friends with Vegeta, I guess.
So my whole thing with Raditz and Bardock though is I just want, if they put them in the game, I want down the line Super Saiyan versions of them.
You want down the line what?
Super Saiyan versions of them.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
You
I
think
want
you
Super Saiyan.
that,
No,
but
I
you
want
don't.
Super Saiyan Raditz. I want Super Saiyan Nappa. I want both. And the last one is Goku Black in Rose form. Ooh, do I hear something from there? Do I hear something from?
I have opinions on that.
You're gonna have opinions on that from both of us.
Oh yeah.
I know a lot of people are real hot for the Goku Black Zamasu storyline, but Goku Black's fucking whack.
Yeah, it's the dumbest shit.
But what if? Right?
But see,
Let me hold on. Let me sorry. What if he played like DiCaprio from the last installment of Street Fighter Quattro? Because he's got the hand blade thing. That would be hype, don't you think? And he could like little like teleport around and be all stabby.
I guess, but it's just.
I wouldn't want to see it either, but I feel like I would be satisfied with that product.
I think when it comes to this game, they could pick characters I fucking hate, but as long as they play well and fit the game, I really don't care. That's honestly how I feel about it.
You and a real Dragon Ball fan.
I don't know.
I mean, dude, they could put fucking they could put the Ox King in, and I wouldn't care as long as they made him fit well.
If he was Boomer.
Dude, yeah, fine, it'd be fun. Like, give him like a big axe throw and shit, make him a command grappler. Why not?
Where's my favorite grandson at?
So,
I've never seen an ox in the entire world.
So the last little bit worth talking about for Dragon Ball is that supposedly they are working on. They're not working on it, but there will be a Switch version, and it's because there's going to be a big update for Unreal that's going to make it better for Switch. So basically, I guess porting it over to the Switch will be very easy for the company once the update goes through. Mm-hmm. And the estimated time arrival for the Switch version is autumn or winter of next year. So 6 to 8 months after the initial release. I think that's fair enough.
It's par for the course for fucking Nintendo, stupid.
I mean, it's the Switch. It came out late, and I mean, in all honesty, if they actually do put it on the Switch, I'll fucking double dip. They already said the game's a 4-button fighter, so you could play it on the Joy-Con. So I'm down for any fighting game that you can play easily with 4 face buttons and 2 shoulders. Like Street Fighter 2's pushing it. I don't like using shoulder buttons for Street Fighter at all. That's why I always prefer it on stick. But it's still doable. It's still, and the Joy-Con is surprisingly accurate. Like I was really surprised. I was actually able on that little piece of shit. I was able to do Guile Super, and
What would you say if they added in special shortcuts on Dragon Ball FighterZ where you just motion control yourself a Kamehameha and that's what you get in Dragon Ball FighterZ?
It would not be tournament legal, period.
I mean,
nobody's allowed to waggle and smash, like even Brawl for that reason.
Well, that's because they didn't want any of the bullshit of having to sync up controllers and stuff.
No, I mean, waggle and smash allows you to fully charge, like a fully charged.
Yeah, but the thing is, because of the way
it gives you a unique and unfair advantage.
But the way it reads it always has lag on it. That's the thing. It's not worth the bonus. Like
let it be known that I'm not hyped for motion controls at all because I think they are the dumbest shit.
I think they are good in very, very, very specific areas. Like the motion controls for Splatoon are bar none the best shooting game controls on a console. Period. I don't care what anyone says.
Did you play Red Steel?
Yes, and it was trash. I remember going over to your house and playing it.
Game was buggy, but it handled well.
The second game.
I hear a lot of good about the Splatoon motion controls.
Oh my god, they're so fucking good. You can Twitch shoot on console.
I don't use them. I don't prefer them.
Have you tried them? Have you tried them?
I've tried them. I've tried them. I have tried them.
Okay. Well, at least you tried them.
I gave them a fair shot. They're just not for me.
Okay, so last little bit. This is a small game I'm not that interested in, but I don't know if either of you guys like the series, but Soul Calibur 6 is supposedly on the list. Supposedly it'll be on PS4, PC, and Switch. There's no Xbox One version mentioned. It's supposed to be the 21st anniversary. Supposedly the game will be revealed at PSX, which I guess is some Sony conference, whatever. The Switch version will not be announced at the same time, but it will be revealed to be multi-platform, and at Nintendo's Direct in January, they will announce the Switch version, which will have Link as a returning character.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah, so that my whole thing with that is this is just making the Switch more and more of a system I need to buy just for these multi-platform games, because anytime you can be like, hey, I like this fighting game, and someone else is like, hey, I like that fighting game too, and you're like, hey, you want to play it? I've got it on me literally right now in 2 controllers. Like, that ability to just be like, let me whip it out and let's play on this.
Please never.
I'm gonna whip it out. You want me to whip it out? You want me to whip out that Switch?
Whip it in.
Ooh. But yeah, I think that I mean, I'm not a big Soul Calibur fan, but once again, it's a game that works well with a 4-button setup. So I'm down for it. If they go more in line with like the older games than with 5, which I don't think is going to happen, I'll definitely be like more on board. But the idea of a Soul Calibur 5 style Soul Calibur on the portability of the Switch, I can't argue with that, you know. I think that'll be fun. And then next are some few miscellaneous leaks for Nintendo. Supposedly, Game Freak has been pressured into making the 8th generation release for next year. Supposedly it's going to be called Pokemon Stars, or the 8th generation for the Switch. I don't really know which generation it's technically on.
7?
Is it 7?
I mean,
okay, so...
Well, it's all... No, 8? Well, no, I think 7th is Sun and Moon.
Yeah, so next one would be 8th gen.
Okay,
8th gen, yeah.
so yeah, the next one's supposedly...
It's just crazy. I haven't even played Sun and Moon.
Supposedly they were working on a port of Sun and Moon. It was going to be called Stars. Supposedly that was real, but it was more of them testing the game engine of Sun and Moon on the Switch. And I guess they scrapped it, and they're just turning that into the 8th generation Pokemon after they found out the engine worked, whatever. Pokemon on the Switch seems to be a very, very, very safe bet, and if anything, it'll move a lot of systems. And
Well, they already announced that Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon was going to be the last 3DS.
Yeah, and they already said...
Pokemon game.
Yeah, and they did say that Game Freak is going to be working on a new Pokemon game for the Switch. So this kind of makes a lot of sense, especially since, you know, as you said, this is supposedly the last DS Pokemon game. I definitely think it would make sense for them to put like a new mainstay game on the system, because it'll get the Pokemon fans over to the Switch, which is, you know, because
The smartest move.
yeah, because I mean you're getting, that's a huge fan base that overlaps with a lot of other Nintendo's fan bases. So if you can get that hook in them, you know, you'll pull them over and they'll be like, oh, well, while I'm here, I might as well get the new Mario, I might as well get the new Zelda, I might as well get Metroid Prime 4, which is the next game we've got some info on. Supposedly they're going to show some in-game footage early next year during the January Direct. Bandai Namco is supposedly developing it, which I've got to say...
Bandai Namco on Metroid Prime 4?
Yeah, I got to say, if... seeing as how they were the guys that did the core development for Smash 4, I think that's a good call. Bandai Namco has kind of been on a hot streak. The only thing I don't really like that they've done recently is the whole Gundam Versus thing, how they've just been reusing that same game engine for so much, like Rise of the Incarnates and fucking
Still a fun
J-Stars. I'm not going to argue that, because I know people like it, and I know I'm not one of them, so...
Yeah.
I'm not going to say whether or not the game is good or not. I'm going to say I just don't like it. Supposedly there's new Animal Crossing. Once again, really smart move if that's true. Animal Crossing is a huge system seller, especially with a casual audience. Like, that's one of those games to where, like, people bought a DS and only owned Animal Crossing. You know? Like, I knew people like that. So.
Meanwhile, I'm just happy for that Kirby game and wanting to play that.
What was that?
I just really want to play that Kirby game.
Oh, yeah, me too, dude. Anytime that there's a new fucking Kirby game with actual co-op, I'm excited.
Yeah,
I loved Return to Dreamland.
Yeah, it's always a fun time. What is it called again? Kirby and the Plot Device?
Kirby and the star-shaped MacGuffin.
Yeah, pretty much. Kirby and the cute thing that'll be a bad guy later on in the game.
Look how completely insipid and yet completely unresistible this game is.
Dude, one thing.
3 characters in a random as you go through 100 levels of no challenge whatsoever.
The challenge comes at the very end. The end game is always the big challenge for Kirby. That's why I like Kirby.
We can't. I understand that all Kirby games end with Taboo from Brawl.
Oh, no, I mean like the actual end game, like after you beat the main boss, like the shit you get afterwards, like boss rush, Meta Knight mode.
I just feel like there hasn't been a challenging Kirby game that I've played since like Superstar on Super Nintendo.
Did you play the boss rush on Return to Dreamland?
That seems like a really specific thing to ask somebody that doesn't play video games.
Exactly. So why are you spouting off like you know what's good?
Because they had a fucking game where they were all made of textiles and...
Oh, dude, well that game wasn't even made by Nintendo.
That game's for babies.
That game was made by a separate studio, and it was actually called Prince Fluff in Yarn World or something like that. When they brought it to Nintendo, they were like, "Hey, put Kirby in it."
Were you guys talking about Kirby Epic Yarn?
Yes.
If you're shit talking Kirby's Epic Yarn, I'm gonna have to come over there and talk to you.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have to come talk to me about how that game is for babies.
It's still a good game.
I'll have you know, I watched 3 episodes of the Game Grumps playing it, and I was not impressed.
Just because a game is easy doesn't mean it's bad. I hate that.
It means it's for babies.
I hate that concept. Ugh, I hate that concept.
You say, but that's your rationale for not liking Smash 4.
No, that's not my. That's not. I didn't say it was the accessibility that killed the game, because that's like Brawl is also accessible.
You didn't give a concrete reason at all for why.
I just don't think it's as fun. Like overall, I think gameplay wise, Melee has better polish. Melee feels better in play.
Do you acknowledge that that's your subjective opinion, but objectively there's way less work put into Melee, and that's why it's the way it is?
No. If you look at the single player campaign, there's way more work in the single player campaign and the trophies and all.
About the single player.
You're talking about the game as a whole.
I'm talking about playing Melee with people, like as
Then I still think that Melee's better. Most of the characters don't feel watered down and boring. They feel like they fit a proper niche, whereas in Smash 4, all the characters just feel like they just like were put through a template, and it's like basic stat maneuvering. Like some of the characters just feel exactly the same as how they move around, but their normals and their special moves are different. Whereas like everyone's weight and gravity is so vastly different in Melee. It just feels too formulaic in Smash 4.
That's the most astute reason to not like Smash 4 I've heard to date. Good for you.
Thank you. I mean, like I said, it's got a great roster. It's got a lot to it. It's way better than Brawl. There's no comparison. It's a phenomenal game. I just like Melee more. I think Melee, they really got into the groove of how everyone should feel. Granted, because some of the characters feel like they're ripped straight from their games, like Kirby, they're shitty. Like, Kirby's fucking trash in that game, and it's because he plays like he's from a Kirby game, you know?
In Melee? Because he's trash in Melee.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. He's trash in Melee because he plays like he's from Kirby. You know, he's floaty and slow like in Kirby. Whereas they made him
trash in 4.
No, he's pretty good in 4, right?
Okay. He's Everybody's pretty good in 4 except for Palutena.
Yeah, they need to throw.
The other thing, one quick side thing. One quick side thing that has nothing to do with the games themselves that also makes me like Melee more. Zero doesn't play Melee.
Yeah.
I fucking hate Zero.
Zero is a Brawl player that picked up Smash 4.
He's well, no, it's funny because he tried to play Melee. You should watch footage of him playing Melee. You should watch him play Melee. It's fucking hilarious. He gets his shit stomped.
Appeals in Melee.
I'm not a Zero fan. I'm not a Zero fan either. But...
It's just he was so pretentious for so long, and then it was so funny seeing him get
It's
put
not
in
that
place.
he's pretentious. He has a manner of speaking and moving around that's grating to a lot of people, and then gunners and a scarf all the time.
No, he is pretentious. For a long time, he said he was the best character bar none, or the best player bar none, and it's like it turned out that once
every single time your mic cuts out.
Okay. I was saying that he, for a long time, when he was the guy winning all the tournaments, he was like, I am the king of Smash. There is no one better. And it's like, you're also playing like the easiest Smash Brothers to play at a competitive level.
Wait a minute, I'm confused. I thought Video Game Donkey was the king of Smash.
He is the king of Smash.
Anyways.
he beat Sky. Do you remember the time he beat Sky?
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay,
I remember the other time he beat Sky.
Yeah.
So back
Yeah,
to
he's
the
king of
leaks.
Smash.
Back to the leaks. So Animal Crossing, yeah, it makes sense. It'll make money. Switch Virtual Console. Supposedly it's going to work like Netflix, to where it's a subscription service, and you'll just stream the games. I really hope that if this is the case, it's not just Nintendo, and they actually like get third-party support from like Capcom and Square Enix, because I gotta say, a classics like retro streaming service sounds pretty fucking awesome. Especially since, unlike nowadays, how like people try to do like I think it was GameNet or something like that try to do like streaming of AAA titles currently. That shit don't work. Even PlayStation Now has huge issues, like when you're trying to play PS3 games on the PS4. And I think I tried one PS4 game on Now when I had it, and it did not run at all. But it would make more sense for them to do it with, 8-bit and 16-bit. And, I mean, I think 64 they could probably get away with it too. And if they get the right companies behind it, they'll have a huge library out the gate. And one more thing, if they allow you to, like, package download, like, a certain amount to where you can have them when you're not in Wi-Fi, that would also be cool. Next announcement, Christian, this one's for you. Mother 3. Mother 3. Supposedly it's localized.
Just for me.
Yes, it says Mother 3 is real and totally for C2 only. So it is localized and playable. Supposedly it's pretty much done, but they're like holding it back. The guy's sources don't say why. I'm guessing if they are holding it back, they're waiting till like the holiday season to try to move more systems.
Well, this is then.
True. But if it's just the original Mother 3 as like, a download, and it's not like a full remake, it would make sense for them to just be like, here, there's the icing on the cake for when those holiday sales start to stagger, and we're done with our gift sales, and we need the gift cards after Christmas sale. Because I've seen companies do that. They tend to release a few games like right before January, right after Christmas, that 5-day lapse. And then next, this one also makes sense because Square Enix is really buddy-buddy with Nintendo right now. Supposedly The World Ends With You 2 is going to be a Switch release. And
I really should play the first one.
It's good.
It seems like a pretty good game.
It is. It's very good.
Every time I ever tried it, it was emulated. Find it.
That
and
sucks.
Every emulation I ever found, it bugged.
Yeah, no, that game was very purposely designed to like not allow pirating, so trying to play on an emulator fucks up. There's a few games on the DS like that.
I really liked its look and style and idea of it.
Yeah.
To try it.
Well, it was the guy that made the character designs for Kingdom Hearts was allowed to make his own game.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what happened. He just went on his own, and he did a fucking great job. The story's
really
interesting.
Like that art style. So.
Yeah, the art's very interesting in it.
I mean, I don't like it enough to play Kingdom Hearts, but
no, I get you.
No, yeah.
Kingdom Hearts is one of those games where you can enjoy it, but you have to like turn your brain off.
I only play Kingdom Hearts for the Disney aspect of it.
Yeah, pretty much. Same here.
All I do.
I'm not a big Final Fantasy fan, so like none of that shit matters to me. But like sometimes when they start talking about like heartness and darkness and friendship and the light and the dark, and it's just like, oh my god. Why can't I just be going from place to place meeting people? Why does there have to be all this bullshit, want to be deep stuff?
Because it's a Final Fantasy story.
But Final Fantasy stories aren't always like that.
Yeah, they really aren't.
Yeah.
Because it's a
no, dude. There's no explaining it. There's no explaining it.
Because it's fucking Kingdom Hearts, and
exactly. That's all it is. You can't just say that. It's like. It's like saying, why does this tuna fish taste like chicken? It's like, because it's chicken. It's
because
like,
you overcooked it. That's why it tastes like chicken. It's because you overcooked it. Probably in too much butter.
Well, I mean, neither of those things matter anymore, because I'm vegan.
Well, good for fucking you.
I went through an hour and a half of the podcast before I dropped that. Be proud of me.
You still said it first episode, so that makes you...
Like, upon
the worst kind of person. Congratulations. You're right up there with that lady with the bob cut that wants to talk to a manager
Oh God, no! Don't even. I've never told
people who
someone that they
wear-
shouldn't
people
eat
who
meat.
wear
I've
their
never
West
done
Indian
that. Don't
Island
even.
home of lineage flag around. You know what I'm talking about?
Sure. Anyways,
Sure.
Yeah.
so last bit on the list, because this is a quick little thing. I think.
You're up there with the Ku Klux Klan.
Anyways, Christian, I think you'll be pretty excited for this
Hey,
one.
hey, I don't eat any animal products, and my shoes are made of plastic.
I don't wear shoes. I don't wear shoes. Thank you. No, but seriously though, this last bit, I could care less about it, but it's going to make two companies a lot of money. Those companies are Nintendo and Blizzard. The last announcement.
Blizzard?
Huh?
No, Blintendo. Anyway, continue.
Hearthstone for the Switch.
Hearthstone for Switch.
Not interested.
Oh, why would they put out a bad game for Switch on purpose?
Because it's free, and it makes money.
It's allegedly free. It's
free
whatever.
and it makes money. Did you not hear that second part I said?
I heard you.
See, the free part is what gets the
broke up
hook
with
in them.
Hearthstone because it turned into trash.
Well, I mean, it's got power creep. It's got really bad power creep.
I've never had a relationship with Hearthstone, and I'm happy about
It's like
that.
just Magic the
It was,
Gathering with WoW.
It's not like Magic the Gathering, and I really wish people wouldn't say it like that.
I mean, it's got the same
It's
mechanics.
as busted,
just
and
with
it's a
random
card game.
numbers.
It's not the same mechanics.
Yes, it is.
Because-
Mana, 1/1. You got different traits on the cards like Taunt and
God.
shit.
I need you to just
How is it not
Accept.
like Magic?
because it doesn't play anything like Magic the Gathering.
It's not as expensive.
Except
as
the only
Magic the
difference is
Gathering.
that you get mana every turn guaranteed instead of having to put down lands. That's
You
the
know
only
what?
difference.
You know what? You're absolutely right. It's exactly like Magic the Gathering. You're totally correct.
Well, no, let's discuss this. Tell me how it's not. How is
just
it
like
not? Even
Magic
though
the
all the
Gathering at
similarities.
all. It's
But
one.
okay,
It's a lot less complicated. There's less
true,
rules.
true. I'll tell you that. That is true.
Um,
It's a simplified Magic. Okay.
There's more health. There's hero powers are a thing, and they're super essential.
Well, hero powers are like
That's the
generals
game.
in the new setups.
There's
like when you
less
play
cards,
Commander.
There's less of each card. There's I don't know. Fucking taunt is a core mechanic of the game, and that's not the core mechanic
No,
of
but
the game.
but
in
it's
Magic
but it's the
Gathering.
same. But it's the same kind of mechanic concept. It's just a trait you throw on a card. Like how there's defender, there's flying, reach, death touch,
Listen,
lifelink.
A thing with defender doesn't pull aggro from the player character.
No, I get that
Defender
they
can only
I get that
block.
they use them in different ways, but it's still the
In
same
Magic the
kind of
Gathering,
mechanics.
You can't amass a swarm of things and then specifically choose to attack your opponent's creatures. You say, I choose to attack, and he can decide whether or not he blocks. There's a lot of the game in Hearthstone where it's completely non-interactive, where it's my turn, and I do all the damage, and you can't do anything about it, and then it's your turn, and you overdraw and mill and lose, and you have no ability to prevent yourself from having that happen. It's completely non-interactive. It's not an interactive game in any sense. Magic the Gathering is reflexive. There's rules and there's differences between sorceries and instant cast cards.
So there's nothing
this
nothing like instance in.
No, the closest that you get is you set up like a Yu-Gi-Oh trap card, but only a few of the classes have secrets, which are what they're called. And I mean, I say Yu-Gi-Oh trap card because they're usually really specific conditions, but only a few classes have them. And incidentally, those are always the strongest classes in the game forever. Mage, Paladin, Hunter. It's just always been fucking Mage, Paladin, Hunter, and they're the only ones that have secrets.
Okay, so I get where I get what you're saying, and I agree. After you said those things, it does play different, especially because the as you're saying, non-reactive play. But can you at least agree with me that the core principles at the base of the game,
As in, it's a
Like,
card
it-
game where
like, it was very
minions
much-
have
it was-
attack and health.
like
And
no,
you try to get someone's
like
health down to
listen,
zero.
like as if Blizzard wanted to do their own version of Magic. Like they looked at Magic and they were like, we can do this in our way.
I mean, I guess, but that's like.
Because I mean, if you look at Pokemon and Magic, like there's similarities, but they're still vastly different games.
Do you want me to say that Yokel is your D&D?
No, I think that's fair. I think that's very fair.
Well, then sure, then that's fair.
Especially because D&D is such a broad, concept nowadays. It's not like it is a game, but it's not just a game. And there's a setting and there's lore and there's all the properties involved and everything. It's a fantasy setting that you role play within. It's just I did drastically different things from the one I'm working on. So yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I definitely took inspiration from D&D. I think if you're a fantasy setting in general, you took inspiration from at least D&D or Tolkien. And if you took inspiration from Tolkien, then you took inspiration from... Or if you took inspiration from D&D, you took inspiration from Tolkien, is what I meant to say. Because, you know, D&D was derived from Tolkien stuff, pretty much.
It's an aggregate fantasy idea.
I'm not contributing to this conversation at all by saying this, but Noctis goes fishing with Lars at the end of his trailer, and I just love it.
Lars?
Yes.
Of course, Lars. They would be bros.
Like Lars just called him and was like, "Hey, I need you to beat up a few people for me. Can you take care of it?" It's like, "Yeah, okay."
You know that means that in Final Fantasy 15 they're going to give him missions that you get from Lars.
I hope. I need to play 15 some more. I only got to like chapter 2.
I got to chapter 0.
You don't have the game, huh?
Nope, I didn't play it. I don't really dig Final Fantasy. Like, it did a lot of stuff that looked cool, but it still was too much like 12 for me. I didn't like.
I came in. The only Final Fantasy game I've ever played was 10, and
oh god, the sphere grid.
It really soured.
Oh no, I understand.
My perception of the entire genre, basically.
I understand why that would do that.
The biggest issue I have with Final Fantasy X is just the fact that the sphere grid makes so many characters completely useless once you get everyone's sphere grid maxed out.
No, it makes all of the characters the same.
No. Because some characters have better base stats. So basically, after you max out everyone's sphere grid, you can line everyone up, and it's like, these characters are trash because their stats are garbage, whereas these characters had so many good built-in stats that after you complete the sphere grid, they can do fucking anything and have better stats.
Kamari gets dicked, and that's the game.
I didn't like it because of the story and the voice acting. Mostly. I mean, yeah, that seems legendary, but, you know...
I know the character sucks.
A lot of it is
the worst
fundamentally unlikable.
protag.
Are you sure? Are you
Yes.
sure it's not Final Fantasy X-2, the only other play?
No, Yuna is a better protag than Tidus.
Did you say Uner like you're from New England?
Uner.
Uner?
Well, I mean, yeah, sure, I guess. I played enough time for that to be feasible mispronunciation.
You and her going on a date tonight?
But yeah, Yuna actually makes for a far better protagonist than
Titus?
Yeah.
He was a dream of the Aeons. Look at all that stuff I remember. I remember you cast Reflect on the final boss so he heals you. That's all a thing.
Like, I don't understand.
The game was so dumb.
It really was.
My whole thing was like, how do you go from 9 to 10?
Still can't believe Steven tried to defend that game, and I'm just like, why? Why are you doing this?
Oh man. But yeah, my whole thing is
Steven, another friend of the show, way over on Friendly Firaga, whatever. He's a streamer, YouTuber. Go check him out. Leave a like, leave a subscribe.
Leave him a nasty comment. Tell him his face is dumb.
Watch one of his commercials. Be sure to comment fake and gay.
Please go check him out.
And ask him why it is he looks like a Bleach character in real life.
I'm so mad that you pointed that out.
I'm sorry, it's like a curse being able to do that.
Dude, he needs to just cosplay as the one with the bucket hat. He looks just like him.
Like, I'm so very angry.
The one with, did you just say the one with, and then he looks just like him as a joke because they all look the same in Bleach?
No, I was saying the one with the bucket hat.
Because Aizen and Ichigo and Ulquiorra and fucking literally everybody except Chad has the same face.
Okay, so
everyone except Chad.
No, it's definitely true. I mean, even the chick.
Chad has a different face because I'm sorry, Chad and Kenpachi.
Yeah.
But they're both brown people in Bleach,
and
so
they're
they
similar actually. Now that if you think about it, they just take Chad's face and they just stretch out the sides a little bit, and then stretch out the top a little bit,
like,
and then you
the
give them
same shape.
Those Liberty spikes.
Brown though. Dude,
it's like how Toriyama uses the same face for everybody.
Brown.
No, he's not brown. He's just Caucasian or Asian.
Okay, so real quick.
He's browner than Ichigo.
Okay, guys.
Well, Ichigo's pink. That's not even fair, I guess.
We're approaching the 2-hour mark, which I think is going to be a good time for us to cut it.
Kenpachi's brown.
So
anyway.
real quick. To end this off, I want to talk about with this whole thing with Arc Systems doing Dragon Ball Z.
Mm-hmm.
After this game is a massive success and they get the rights to do another RPG or another fighting game based on anime that Namco owns the rights to, what do you guys want to see?
Small roster fighter based on Fooly Cooly.
Really? Are you being serious or are you joking with me?
It would be super duper stylized and interesting. You were like 8, but you can conceivably have them all play really differently. I'd be down for it.
What if they did it with the new characters from seasons 2 and 3?
Because we're talking about Arc Systems, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and it would be fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no, they would do such amazing justice to the visuals of that game. Like
Commander Amara would be the Dan Hibiki.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
And the thing is, in all honesty, I could see that. Well, Namco doesn't own the rights to FLCL. I don't think anyone owns the rights to make a game for FLCL. But
I mean, they're Gynax. I don't know.
I mean, if anyone's going to get the rights to it, it will be Namco. Like, I'm just saying that. Like, I could see that happening in the future. I don't think it will before I think there will be a lot more of these anime fighters from Arc Systems before FLCL. But if it were to happen, I would give it a shot.
Knee jerk. That's my pipe dream.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool to see Inuyasha as a fighting game.
Okay.
Rurouni Kenshin.
Well, time to show my alleged chub for the show, but Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh, of course, Yu Yu Hakusho. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
I think I'm surprised I'm the only one that's going to say this, but even with it having 2 other decent fighting games, JoJo's. I want Arc Systems to make my JoJo's.
Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Why not?
I mean, that's par for the course when we're dealing with you, because
yeah.
I mean, I would like a JoJo's game, but only with characters through part, because that's all I had the patience to read.
See, you cut off right when you said the number, so I'm like on a cliffhanger here.
Oh, you're at a cliffhanger? I said part 4 through part.
Oh, see,
because part 5 was a hot fucking mess, and then
here's what I'll say about part 5. Part 5 is easily, besides part 1, the worst story.
I liked part 1, but I didn't read part 1. I watched that one as anime.
Okay, yeah, see, that's why. They streamlined so much of that shit. My wife got so bored watching part 1. She was like, "This series is trash. I don't know why you like it." And I was like, "Let's skip to part 2." And she was like, "Okay, yeah, this is fucking amazing." So
I mean, part 2 is great. Part 3 is a classic, obviously. I really like part 4.
I think part 4, besides part 7, is the best part.
RHCP is really frightening. Like the big bag evil guy in part 4.
Oh,
he was RHCP, wasn't he?
Yoshikaga Kira. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like the first really scary villain. I understand Dio Brando is Dio Brando, and and all that.
Kira was just like, I would be afraid to be on that dude's list.
Agreed.
He's a scarier person than Dio Brando, and he's just a guy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I definitely agree with what you're saying. But my whole thing was part 5 was trash story.
Everybody stands in part 5 were fucking whack.
Well, here's the thing about part 5. The storyline is shit, and it takes a long time for him to get to the good part. But when it gets to the good part, the story doesn't get better. I'm going to say that right now. The story does not get better, but the fights. It has some of the best fights in JoJo's, including Steel Ball Run, which is my favorite story arc.
I know it's like a meme that King Crimson.
Oh, it just works.
It just works.
Nobody understands how it works.
Well, no, there's actually a really good explanation on it, to be honest.
I've seen a very large screen grab, like an aggregate screen grab of people doing college level fucking algebra to figure out how it works.
Yeah.
And I took the time to read it, and I still didn't understand it. But I also don't really understand the nature of fucking what's
Gold Experience Requiem or Gold Experience Giorno's.
Giorno's.
Yeah, Gold Experience. Yeah.
He turned his teeth into gills. He can.
Yeah, he has the power of life. That's when.
Because it sounds like he has the power of writing convenience.
It's he has the power of like when it says life, it's not like giving life. It's like the idea of life being born, like creatures. So like there's parts where he like turns like part.
Is that all?
Dude, there's a part where he has like one of his friends has a chunk blown off of him, so he takes his like ladybug pin and he turns it into like a piece of flesh and just slaps on him, and then like 5 minutes later he takes like the same ladybug pin like on his opposite breast and he turns it into an actual ladybug to fly after someone.
I like how we're trying to make sense out of something like JoJo's.
Yeah, I know, right? But no, like that
Because
storyline
it's
is
all
just...
cohesive until 5, and then the guy did all the LSD.
Yeah.
And was like, "All right, I'm gonna have the power of life and the
this,
power of
I'll say this
the
right
bad
now.
guy gets the power of fucking
The end of fucking part 6 was kind
whatever.
of like,
Oh my
He's
god.
just
Part 6 ruined me. Oh my god, that ending.
Is part 6 Steel Ball Run, or is that
No.
with what's her name?
With Jolene.
Joestar.
Jolene is
yeah.
out of the original canon. Jolene, I think, is my favorite JoJo.
Her design looks really cool.
I love
I
her
like the way
design.
she has a character.
She was supposed to be a
design. I
lesbian,
really
also.
look at her. I mean, that's whatever.
Well, I just thought it was funny because, like, when they were looking at the character designs, they had seen her eventual boyfriend, but it was originally drawn as a girl. And his editor was like, "Who's this chick?" And he was like, "Oh, that's Jolene's girlfriend." And he was like, "You mean that's her boyfriend, and that it's going to be a guy?" No, that's her girlfriend. No, Araki, that is going to be a guy, and it will be her boyfriend. Okay, fine, you win.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not a manga artist personally.
That kind of
executive meddling is fun, kids.
But no, like part 6, that ending fucked me up, and part 7 was fucking amazing. And I liked All-Star Battle for the PS3 was like really good, lots of fan service, great roster. But I wanted more. Like they need to fix the netcode, add more characters, add more stages, polish it up, fix the frame rate issues, and it would have been like fucking awesome. And then Eyes of Heaven came out, which was like this really shitty game using the Gundam Versus system. And for some,
I had a feeling you were gonna dislike the hell out of Eyes of Heaven.
Oh god, of course.
I just had a feeling.
Because dude, how could you go from All Star Battle, which was a pretty damn good 2.5 fighter that just needed some more work, and it's like there's so much potential there, and I was just man, number 2 is going to be amazing.
The new characters kind of got dicked out of their supers too.
Oh yeah, fucking oh my god.
Like I freaked the hell out when I saw Speedwagon in that game, and then I saw his ultimate, and I'm like, oh man, come on, it could have been so much.
Speedwagon
cooler.
would have been an amazing Dan for All Star Battle.
Why does everybody shit on Ario Speedwagon?
Because he's the weakest character, and all he does is react. That's literally what he's there for. He's the candid. He is the Fine Brothers before the Fine Brothers existed.
That's all fucking Joseph Joestar does after part 2. Nobody gives him shit.
No, Purple Hermit. He kicked some ass.
He does like reconnaissance twice with Purple Hermit, and the entire rest of the
He fought
time
that weird
he goes,
tumor chick.
Oh
with
my
it.
god!
No, there was 2 moments he said, "Oh my god," and "son of a bitch."
He just whoa! He just reacts. That's all Joseph Joestar does.
Go back
Love
and
him
read
to
part
death.
3. You'll be surprised.
I fucking did. Okay, I watched part 3 and I loved it so much that I read it. That's how about part 3 I am.
I remember him having a few good fights.
I love Speedwagon.
No, he didn't fight anybody.
He fought that tumor thing.
No, fucking everybody fought the tumor thing in his head.
No, not that one.
What
The one that
tumor
like she became a part of like his body, not when they like went inside the person's like mind, like tiny.
He dipped him in like this oil that
Yeah.
hardens and then shattered the shit out of it.
Yeah, it's like he like fucking went to the doctor and they like put the wort juice on it and shattered it.
Yeah, he even did his. He even did his.
He did Ripple. He did Ripple.
Yeah, he even
does do
did
Ripple.
his.
Because he ripples through Purple Hermit, which is the coolest.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he even did his trademark, like your next line is gonna be like against. I think it was Empress. That was what it was called.
It may have been. I
I
remember
think
he
it
had
was
the
Empress.
hilarious fight with Mariah when he was with
I liked the fight with Mariah.
Oh,
a
that was
bunch.
fucking wonderful, especially all the comedic bits with Muhammad. Oh god. Abdul.
He was definitely more useful than Abdal for sure.
Abdul was fun. But
They were all fun.
yeah. That's the thing. Like part 3, like they had all these cool characters, but they only did a lot of cool stuff with like Jotaro and Polnareff every now and then.
I mean, part 3 was shonen.
I fucking miss you, Kakyoin.
Kakyoin is high key. Probably the best.
So real quick. So because I wanted to wrap this up, I was saying JoJo's. That's my dream pick. My realistic pick that I could see them doing, and I think would still make for a great game, is Naruto. I kind of fell off on the series.
That's a safe bet.
I fell off on the series, but like, it would work well.
There's enough Naruto fighting games.
Yeah, but none of them are good anymore. Like back in the day, both the PS2 one and the GameCube one were great.
They're like B. None of them were ever that good. The PS2 ones are probably the actual like objective best. I know
PS2 one was
Ninja Kaisen and SB and EX were fun, but like the PS2 one is a fucking tight fighter.
No,
they
PS2
came out with another one of those.
The PS2 one was fucking phenomenal, and the Storm series is supposed to be an extension of that, which it's not. It's a bad extension of it.
It's really pretty though, and it tells the story better than the anime does.
It's way really gorgeous. But the thing is, like, if you look at the GameCube ones, even 2, which was like the bad of the GameCube ones. Like, if you look at reviews, critics were starting to warm up to it. It's like, this is getting somewhere. They just never put the good ones in America. And when they did, it was like the Wii ones, which were okay. And the Wii ones got pretty good reviews, too. Like, they weren't bad games. And it's like Ninja Storm, it's so much presentation over anything else.
4 is the best one?
Well, yeah, 4 yeah. I mean, duh. In my opinion.
How busted it is?
Yeah, I mean,
like completely busted, and there's only like the 5 characters that ever win tournaments.
But it's still like the most.
It's the melee of Naruto games.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. It's the most fun to play, but it's still the most unbalanced.
There's just the video in my head.
Besides, the shitty one in between.
There's just a video in my head of Gaara just juggling somebody repeatedly with a sand.
Oh no, I played Gaara. I know that.
The puff.
Yeah, down B A, hit confirm into super. Or you can just do a few more loops of down
about
B
the game
A.
That we're talking about. You can wait till next time on Weabop.
Okay, yeah, I think it's a good spot. Yeah, we'll talk about shit and wieners. That's the topic for the next one. Shit and wieners.
Shit and wieners and Naruto Gekto Ninja Taisen. Full.
I plan to make a video about that.
Yeah.